should everyone be celibate? Is that an activity that enriches a person, or
So
is left for you? Each of us have been given a special opportunity to make life what we want out of it.
Yes, and if you analyze, the lotus grows on a marsh and the rose grows in a garden.
Hello, welcome back to Game of Life. This is a new episode. Remember, our aim is to help you explore life's deepest secrets, thereby fulfilling a purposeful life. As always, my name is Rosemary Willie, and I have with me no other than Devang Shukla. You're looking really smart and sharp today.
Okay, thank you for the comments.
It shows that we're gonna have an amazing episode. I can't wait because we'll be exploring a really good theme. As always, we're going through the journey of Spooty Synopsis. That is the name of the book. I hope that we're reading the book as well as going, with the conversations. So today we'll be talking about celibacy.
Okay, so I think continuing our journey, our discussion, as we said in the last discussion, we are going into deeper waters. So now we have crossed the shore. We are in the range of where, whales, orcas, very deep pressure, that kind of environment we are going into.
Interesting.
Yeah, so please be ready and enjoy, make the most.
I'm always ready. Hope our viewers are ready. So we're going to take celibacy, but today we're doing a turn. I think I've read too much, so I'm gonna give it to you. Please read today. I would ask the questions as always.
So the celibacy is to be celebrity and the sanity, but not a sybarite and the favorite of illicit.
Sorry, please give me that. Are you sure you read? Celibacy is to be celebrity.
Yes.
Wow. What does the master mean by celibacy is to be celebrity?
So I think I'll take and explain more. So first of all, we will see the import of the whole sentence. So what do we mean by celebrity? Celebrity means a person who has access to internal happiness.
That is the meaning of celebrity.
Celebrity here, yes.
Not a famous person.
So no, not a famous person, but a person, you can say, who is in blissful state. He celebrates himself. That is the celebrity, and that is the connection of celibacy. Then he writes, but not a sybarite. Sybarite means indulgence into pleasures. And the favorite of illicit. Favorite of illicit means, typically in the area of drug addicts, something immoral actions. So here what he is saying is celibacy is not just about abstinence from sex or physical pleasures. What he is saying is it is the internal celebration which goes on a continuous basis. It is not about being favorite of illicit, means it is not about being into wrong things. It is not about repression of or suppression of desires. It's about connection with the internal nature and beauty, and then celebrating. So you rightly said that we are not talking of people from religious sects. He's not talking of those. But can I say one thing on the other contrasting tone? Does celibate means a person with a long face? Like he's in a religious institution, he has a long face, he's celibate? That is not the meaning. The meaning is understanding oneself and reaching out to the happiness which is unconditional, without any reason, without being dependent on anybody or any circumstance. That is what.
So does this mean that there is a right or wrong way to do this?
Yes, like imagine you indulge in a thing to a point that thoughts keep on coming to your mind even when you don't want. Imagine you are in an office but you are thinking of pleasurable thoughts. You are not focused. Imagine you are in a church or mosque or any other institution where your thinking pattern should have been right, but you are thinking of some other thing. So why is this thinking coming? Because of the attachment and indulgence in these pleasures. So rather than attachment, what he is saying is be free from the slavery of these thoughts. And if you realize the potential within, the celebration, real celebration can start. The celebration which has no end. The celebration which is continuous. The celebration which is not dependent on any factor. That is what he is saying. Should we explore more? Okay. The austerity of the chastity would be cherished by her psychic ego. The celibacy celebrates its moral sanctity only by means of self-command and self-culture. So what he is saying is inculcate the habit of self-command and self-culture. So imagine you have a good understanding, good discipline of thoughts. So when you don't allow an immoral thought to enter, it cannot create any reaction.
How does one do that? You know, the world we live in today, it's almost impossible not to have immoral thoughts when, you know, the things we consume in terms of entertainment, even if you don't want to, you're walking down the street, the advert. How does that play in our world today?
So it's very correct, because the pollution level that was there earlier and now with the digital is massive.
Yeah.
So then there is a meaning, and there is a meaning to the word of self-command and self-culture. What is the culture you would like to develop into? And it doesn't mean this restriction in terms of self-command, self-culture means less celebration.
I don't understand.
It means more pleasure. It means more happiness. But what he is talking about is the pleasure you achieve out of mind of moral sanctity.
So it means that when you engage in this moral behavior,
Yes.
there's supposed to be an internal pleasure that comes with it. And that is
So you've got it perfectly, but you know, when we are using the words chastity, austerity of the chastity, these are the measures towards self-culture or self-command. And as you have also cited in our previous discussion in the Bible, so it is also there in the given by the Christian saints. The evangelical council, later saints have also given the same concept. And if you go to Quran also, you will also find something like Surah Al-Isra, Surah Al-Furqan, Surah Maryam. So it is also talking of being celibate. But being celibate is not about abstinence from physical pleasure. It's about abstinence from mental thought level.
So it's all round.
Yes.
You can't say that you're celibate when it's just a physical thing. Meanwhile, your thoughts are polluted.
Correct.
So then that's not celibacy.
Yes, you are repressing, you are suppressing, and it will have reactions.
So is it possible to have it the other way around? Meaning maybe you are not celibate physically, there's no abstinence, but
in the thoughts you are there.
In the thoughts, you're not thinking. Is that possible?
It's not possible. If you are in the thoughts, you have already been polluted. So beyond the thoughts. Now beyond the thoughts, there are two situations. One is you have come to the level where you have transformed your senses. You have gone beyond the limitation of senses, which is the master level. The other is you are satisfied. You have developed a sense of satisfaction that it has not led to more indulgence. But actually, like imagine a married couple. So they have indulged, they have enjoyed, and they are satisfied. That holds their integrity, that holds their morality. So with this kind of integrity, what is the kind of society we are looking at? What is the kind of society? We are looking at where people trust each other and continue the relationship, and there is satisfaction rather than overindulgence.
Okay, is there a way to satisfy your thoughts without
Yes.
how?
So one thing is means two philosophies are there. One is discipline at the entry level, which means when the thought, or let's imagine you see a video, you see interactions, at the entry level you stop it. That okay, I move further. You ignore. And the second is by having satisfaction, which means imagine you are a married person, you have engaged, now you're satisfied. So that will bring your focus to other activities and other roles in life. Otherwise, what will happen? Overindulgence can spoil the texture, the canvas of life.
So do not overdo anything.
Correct.
Balance.
It can happen with food also. Imagine you are in an office and that food is coming to you. Even without your requirement and you being hungry,
You want to engage in
you
the
want to
food.
engage in those habits again and again. So these habitual patterns, this grip that you are a slave of that particular thought should change. Now when this will change, what will happen? You will come to the natural state, the divine state, where you will be happy unconditionally. This is what he is trying to say. Now let me go into the finer text now. What he says would be cherished by the psychic ego. So what happens when we engage in things, we may not understand the repercussions or the results of it. So at a psychic level, at a subtle level of mind, everything is recorded. And because everything is recorded, it has subsequent impact on the physical body, on the emotional mind and the intellect part. Because any action we take has effects. So if you engage in an immor, it will have effect. It may have effect in the terms of spoiling your psyche, spoiling your emotional well-being. It can also translate to diseases in physical body.
So that means that it goes both ways.
Yes.
If you take in positive things, it has an effect on your overall being. If you in turn take in negative things, it has a negative effect on your overall being. So whatever activity or whatever situation or engagement, you have to always realize that it has an effect on you.
Yes.
As a person.
And a balance. You can do a self-assessment, which we have discussed, introspection, where you are going, what is your health. The type of thoughts that you get in your mind determines your health. What are the kind of thoughts which repeat all the time in my mind? So if food habituation is coming, then the disease category is that.
Oh.
If an indulgence category is coming into, then your disease category is that. It requires healing. It requires satisfaction, fulfillment. Because if you are into a particular disease category, you cannot explore the full facet, full spectrum of life. You can't enjoy all the colors of life. And life is about exploring the beauty in different dimensions.
How does that work?
Like I can discuss. Like imagine there is a guy who is always thinking of girls. Now he sees girl as a commodity, he sees girl as a body. He does not see girl as a divine energy. That same girl can be a very beautiful daughter you can cherish. The same girl can be a very beautiful mother, can be a very beautiful sister. Because you have oriented your mind to a particular level, you are not able to enjoy the full facet that life has to offer. And when the full facet of life is not offered to you, you will always get a bit of happiness. You will never get a happiness which is consistent, all round, fulfilling.
Is that really possible to get complete happiness at all times? Is that possible?
It's possible. It's possible when you have three factors, which the philosophy says. One factor is introspection. See what you are doing, see where you are going. The second part is do breathing exercise and meditation. The three facets, if you do properly, you will start getting the balance in life.
I think that, I mean, I'm no therapist or doctor, but I think that this can help someone who deals with anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you can step aside from the heaviness of your thoughts to say, okay, this is what is good, I'm going to keep it, and and this is what is bad, I'm going to throw it away. I think it helps you relax, come to a state of peace and stillness.
The important aspect is understanding, introspection, process driven. Anxiety comes most of the time when you are not in the present moment. What will happen to me? Okay, I'm thinking of future state. Why future state? Why not present state? We can be happy. And the moment you stick with present, what will happen? Celebration will start. Okay, I don't have a burger, but I have a toast of bread. So let's enjoy the most out of this bread.
So I'm going to ask a very, I don't know if this is a controversial question, but should everyone be celibate? Is that an activity that enriches a person, or is left for you?
Let us underline this word should. When you say should, it is a force. When you put a religious color, it is a vow of celibacy, which is written in Quran or sometimes in Bible, or later saints have written. We are not talking of vow of celibacy. We are not taking of forcing anyone to be celibate. Imagine you have eaten your food and I want to offer you one more piece of burger. What would you say?
I'm full.
I am full. This is the state of satisfaction which we all need to come to. Imagine there is a person of 70-year-old, 60-year-old, where his body parts are not working, he's very weak, but the thoughts are still there. What does it mean? It means he has not lived his life fully, that's why the thoughts are lingering. So, will you not be automatically a celibate when you are living life fully?
Really?
Yes. There is a natural limitation in every being of taking a thing and being satisfied. Now, once you are satisfied, the beauty, energy, glow will come. The focus in work performance will come. But in any of the circumstances, if you are unsatisfied and thoughts are lingering, then your focus will go away. When focus goes away, your image, we studied the stage of life, gauge it with good image. The good image will go. Why? You are not saying, you are not doing, but your eyes look in a particular fashion which anyone can know. Then how the image will be built?
So how does celibacy play in the different stages of life?
So what is important is, in a student's life, he has to focus on his self-development.
Wow.
Whether it is study, whether it is sports, whichever he takes, he needs a clear focus. Once he has crossed the student age, then his settlement age has come, where he is expected to marry, commit, he or she, and take life to the next level, which he couldn't have experienced as a student life. Once he has experienced that level, then he needs to be satisfied, and the next upbringing has to take it forward to another dimension. He may not be satisfied with his partner, but once the baby is there, he gets another kind of satisfaction and love. It adds another dimension of learning that, okay, this is another kind of love also. So far he was experiencing love of wife. Now he craves for the love of the kiss, the innocent kiss of a small child of 3-year-old. And he says, okay, what do you need? How can I satisfy you? So life is about learning and seeing different facets. But in purity, in essence, all kinds of love is same. The kiss of a small child, the kiss of a wife, the kiss of a mother are divine. That is when you are free from the clutches of these overindulgence and you celebrate life to the maximum. And when you go towards old age, that is the time when your wisdom will be at the maximum peak. And you will be like a tree laden with fruits to share with society. It will not be restricted to your wife, to your baby. It will say, no, there are so many learnings, so much of love I have. It cannot be restricted to my family. Let it spread to the whole society. Let them all enjoy, and with their enjoyment, you will feel that I have satisfied my purpose of life. These are different colors, shades of love, which the life wants to teach you.
Interesting. I think that what I've heard so far is, again, times and seasons, right? There's a time for everything, and when you get to that time, you don't have to overindulge. There are limitations, right?
Yeah.
So I think that that's what I get. So what else do we have? Is that it?
I think then it is complexes, which you want me to read, or you will take it forward?
Please continue.
Okay. Sentimental inferiority complex
Sentimental inferiority complex
prevents the progress internally, even to the pioneer's effort. So what he is saying is that if you have an inferiority complex, so why do you have inferiority complex? When we compare with somebody we are interacting with, you may have superiority or you may have inferiority. So when you have inferiority, even to the pioneer's effort means path-breaking discoverers who can find new things, to a pioneer who can find new ways of working. Even to his kind of effort, it may prevent the progress. He cannot make progress. Why?
Why?
Because he has done a comparison and he feels I am inferior to this person, or I am inferior to this particular part of society. So this he says in a way that it is a big no. Then secondly he writes, in case of having the familiarity and the popularity with the populace, neither the superiority nor the inferiority complex, only the humility and humanity are needed. So what he is trying to say is, when you have familiarity with a person, you try to compare. If you are familiar and you feel no, he is much below my level, you feel you are superior. When you feel he is too high, you feel inferior. He says both have no use.
Wow.
Only the humility and humanity are needed. So you have to develop a principle that nobody is superior and nobody is inferior. You are all the same. You are all divine in existence. I am divine and you are divine.
So how does that play? If I look at somebody who has more wealth than I have, probably more beautiful than I am, probably have an amazing family, probably how do I sit and not see that that person is superior? And how does that person sit up there and do not look at me as someone who is below them?
So let me answer your question to the beautiful flower at the back.
Welcome to the conversation.
So this is a beautiful small flower. It's we cannot say it's a tree, it's a shrub. If the wind is too much high, it may go bend and it may destroy. But you have different kinds of flowers. Imagine there is a flower in the lake like a lotus, or you have rose. Can the rose say, I am not so great, why can't I be like lotus? Can the lotus say, oh, he doesn't blossom in a lake, I am, how this has got the beauty? I cannot be like blue and white beautiful. So one thing is, there is, God has made everyone beautiful. God has made everyone divine. There is no differentiation. There is no partiality. The problem is when we start comparing and thinking, oh, he has this more, oh, I have this less. If that person has more, is there an opportunity in terms of intellectual skill, everything that you cannot develop? Was he got it when he took birth? People who have taken birth with good facilities, good money also have become beggars. So what is the key?
So I hear that everyone has been given an equal opportunity to make what they want out of life, whether you start with a rich background or a poor background. So I think what you're trying to tell us and to the viewers is, each of us have been given a special opportunity to make life what we want out of it.
Yes. The only problem is we sometimes lose hope. We sometimes stick to our problems too strongly. That no, I am broke. Okay, if you want to be, you will be. But if you realize the potential within, everyone is divine and there is no superior and inferior you can ever find in your life.
So again, you're saying that what the key is for us to have self-belief. How do you maintain that? I mean, how does somebody actually do that practically?
So one thing is, I'm not in the telling you to have a false hope or to be in a dreamy state.
Wow.
What I'm saying is, do a self-analysis. Do a self-analysis. What are your interests? What are you are good at? And play the game accordingly without compromising on the values. So these are the things where you have to analyze, play consistently. Don't expect smooth ride. There can be frustration, but you have given yourself a time to experiment. I will not give a feedback in 1 day, 2 day. I will try to play the game full stretch, 6 months, 9 months.
Go through the whole
Yes.
process. Don't start and then
Yes.
stop. You have to be consistent through the entire journey.
Correct. And don't ask now and then. Don't lose patience.
This makes a lot of sense why people start out, with, like you said, very hopeful and very dreamy, and at the end of the day, they do not get far.
Yes. It can be in many parts of the life, and you can keep hearing instances. You may see, okay, I saw a movie like Rambo, and then I joined military. And then in 10 days, he got a shock of his life. That, okay, I have to run 70 kilometers. Okay, I have to dive deep. Without food, I'm roaming in jungle. And he said,
It's not for me.
Not for me. So initially Rambo did, but you are not ready to persevere with the tough challenges, frustration. You are not ready to engage in a practical way.
I think that's why it's important that you do that self-realization by yourself, because I think that it has to be a natural interest, right? For you to push through the challenges that come along with life.
Another thing I think which we can think of, life is never in a linear style or a straight line. There is a wave pattern. A person started with inferiority complex. Now he did very well in his life. He became diseased, or he became affected with superiority complex. Then again, due to superiority, he misbehaved. He spoiled the relationship. He became broke. Now he has come again to inferiority complex.
So life is never straight. You're gonna go through
So
ups and downs.
go
Totally
beyond
normal.
the curve of superiority and inferiority.
Wow.
Be humble. Work with humility and humanity. It doesn't matter whether you are in the up of the curve or down of the curve. Humility and humanity will help you in the all parts of the curve.
It's been amazing then. It's been amazing. Okay, so do you have any last words for our viewers? Because it's a lot to take in. Again, I think that the best way to really understand Spooty Synopsis is to go back again, watch the videos again, over and over again, read the book, watch the videos, throw your questions. And I think you begin to understand and digest and find a way to get a fulfilled and purposeful life. I think that throughout our journey of reading the book, there are a lot of themes that keep popping up, which is introspect, understanding, following due process, and not result driven. So we're going somewhere with this. So do you have any final words?
I think now we are going into deep waters. I would request everyone to go through video again and again. Introspect. How does it apply to my life?
To my life, yeah.
And our objective is the objective which exactly the spiritual master had the objective. Its objective was to transform lives.
Transform lives.
Not only at material plane but also at spiritual plane. And it is our endeavor to bring that transformation, to spread the word. So if it can transform your life, and if you are facing any difficulty, we are there to help you. So the purpose is that if you are successful, we can feel that we are successful.
you've heard it, guys. So we're waiting for your success stories.
Correct.
I would say
That's right.
we're waiting for your success stories. I think that that's what the master had in mind when he wrote this book. Would you mind throwing a bit of light on the master? For those that probably missed the first episodes, he spoke a lot about the master.
So, master name is Shri Guru Vishwaspurti. So, his basic name is Vishwaspurti. But Shri Guru is generally Shri, or Guru is the title given to people who have realized their self, culminated into divine self, divine consciousness. You can say the state of Buddhahood, Christhood. These people take the form of body only for serving humanity. Every inch of his body and mind, every inch of his contribution for more than 70 years is in the service of humanity. They don't want anything for themselves. They have contributed everything to the humanity, whether in terms of thoughts, books, and they have transformed the lives of millions of people. We are also putting our efforts to spread this wisdom words to more and more people, so that the scent of the flower goes kilometers apart. So these words, though sometimes we use the word author, and you use the word in opening lines, greatest of the minds of the planet. To my sense, what comes is a divine mind. A divine mind means sweetness in all its forms, who contribute success in all facets of life, whether it is material life, spiritual life. And materiality and spirituality are the two sides of the same coin. So they are not against each other. If you are earning, it doesn't mean you are against spirituality.
That's interesting.
And another aspect of the great master is he took a scientific view to spirituality. So he explains everything, progress, ascension, stages by stages, using scientific method. He says, experiment my philosophy. He used the word experiment. So we are going through the book of Spurti synopsis. It can transform, and this is my, I have also implemented in my life, so I know. It can transform anybody's life. And this I am saying in a scientific sense, not saying whichever upbringing you are, whatever background, religion, sect, no problem. And this is exactly the purpose of writing his book.
Beautifully said. Okay, we've come to the end of the episode. Again, it's been an amazing time with you in the studio. To our viewers, we're here for you. Always remember to engage, like, comment, subscribe, share what we have, so that we can help more people become transformed in their minds, in their thoughts. Again, this has been good. We'll see you on the next episode.